even the Alabama game, when I heard what Milroe said before the game, I was like, oh no. When I saw them not get that interception at the beginning, and there were a couple other plays that just like, okay, these are divine moments that are indicators that, hey, things are not going our way. And I think that could be one of those games for the Cowboys this year.
Okay. Are you happy with some of the players that they've got this year? Do you feel like they're going to have to change offensively to be better? Because I think they're depending too much on CD Lamb. Like he is one of the best receivers in the world right now.
Okay, we're going to extend this show. Let's go. Well, I know you didn't just say that. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think he is. He's one of the, he's a top five for sure receiver in the league, I believe. And I think once he matured after Cooper left, that gave him the opportunity to show it. You could see too much frustration. He was in his head too much in the beginning. But as far as having the pieces, they probably do. I think they have the pieces already. And of course, they're going to get to add some during the draft this year. But I think they have the pieces. It's just a matter of the mindset. And we've seen a couple times where the coaching put them in bad positions as well. The decision making created some problems along the way for the Cowboys, I think.
I want to add to that if you don't mind. Tim, will you finish?
Go ahead. Yeah,
Okay, I didn't
absolutely.
want to cut you off. They actually had CeeDee Lamb ranked as one of the number one receivers in the NFL at the beginning of the season. I questioned it based on his previous seasons. This season, he has shown it. He's got the most. I think he broke the franchise record for receiving yards this season with the Cowboys. Somebody check that. I think he did do that. Mike, I know you said they depended on him too much. He wants them to. They drafted him as one of their top receivers ever. I think he is their number one receiver. He is working on being the new Michael Irving of their squad. He's actually
He broke his record last
yes.
week.
And
Yeah.
when he was getting drafted,
Mhm.
when I was in the other leagues that I was in, I picked players out of the draft. That's why y'all hear me say the name so much. I picked him just off of what I saw from the highlight reel. He hasn't disappointed me yet. He really hasn't. He wants to be the man. I don't think they're depending on him too much. He wants that pressure because he wants to get it. He wants to make sure it happens. Him and Brandon Cooks as their wide receivers, phenomenal. Because Brandon Cooks is so way overdue from when he was down there in Texas. Brian, am I lying? Wasn't he with the Texans?
He's sick. He's sickened by all this cowboy talk. He just
Brandon
went.
Cooks has been everywhere.
Well, CD Lamb on that game against Detroit, 24-year-old officially set the Cowboys franchise records for both receptions, 122, and receiving yards, 1,651 in a single season. It's a real moment, Lamb said after winning via a team transcript.
Yeah,
I think it's the number he's wearing. He wore number 80.
He's wearing Michael Irvin's number. He's wearing Michael Irvin's number. And he was doing what Dez Bryant was
It's his number now.
No, that's still Mike's. That's going to be Mike's. No, he ain't get shit. He ain't get a Super Bowl yet. He got to get 3 Super Bowls to make it his number. He got to get 3 of them.
Okay.
I'm not having that. I'm not having it. He's there. Dez Bryant was trying to do it. Dez Bryant was on the way before he got hurt. CeeDee Lamb did what he needed to do. Now he's trying to do what needs to be done for the franchise, in my opinion. And I'll say it like that on purpose because when you get drafted top, you want to prove your worth. I think he's done it. Previous seasons, he was dropping the ball. He was pissing me off. But that
was his immaturity.
Yes. And it's not so much the immaturity. It's about the being comfortable with the position and then the team relying on you. Everything's falling in his way. So this is good for them. Brandon Cooks is excellent to be out there with him. He'll look like Michael Irvin and Joey Galloway did back in the day. See, that's how long I've been watching the Cowboys. For all y'all think I'm bandwagon, the hell with y'all. They can do this, even with Tony Pollard. Dak is looking very well amongst all criticisms. The only problem with their team right now is you
again, Jake Ferguson
of your predecessors, if you will. That's the only thing against the Cowboys. We know that we're waiting on them to mess up. Prove to us that you don't mess up or can't mess up or won't mess up. Let me just say won't mess up. You're going to have stuff happen in football. The previous Cowboys recovered. You all don't look like you recover well enough. And yeah, we know it's any given Sunday, but you all have been looking in sync for a Super Bowl for about 5 seasons now. Let's be 1,000. But this is an accident waiting to happen. You right now are running your division. You have to lose for the Eagles to get in, and the Eagles are just in the Super Bowl. So the ball's in the Cowboys' court.
Yeah, utilize Jake Ferguson a lot.
Come up here in the damn beginning because you're going to wait till the end. I'm supposed to be going, and now I got to keep talking. All right,
Tony, poor Brian has tried to get in twice, and you just
Brian,
you barreled over him.
I did.
He's emotional when you talk about the Cowboys.
I know. I feel like Chad Ochocinco right now.
You should. You don't know what happened.
Something ain't right. No. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Like as far as the passing game, like spread the ball out evenly, but it's still you have Jake Ferguson who is like your safety valve. So if CD Lamb's covered, Brandon Cooks is covered, Pollard, he's being blocked up, and then because there've been numerous times where Jake Ferguson would be open. I'm like, throw it to Ferguson. Utilize Jake Ferguson.
You got to utilize Jake Ferguson.
And I think one of the biggest things though that has happened for the Cowboys that really didn't appear to be present in recent years is the camaraderie, and they appear to be playing for one another at this point. And I
could see that too. I'm not even a Cowboy fan. I agree with that totally. As far as you see the sidelines and stuff, exactly, Tim.
Right. When guys play for one another and they care about one another, it's hard to beat a team that's united and working together like that and enjoying themselves. But before, it didn't feel like they had that previously, especially before Dan Quinn got there. So I think that's a big part of what's happening as well. And that can take you a long way, even if you don't have all the top tier players in all the key positions. If you have at least a couple, but I think they have more than enough to go all the way with it. And like I said, these decision making at critical points in the game, that's been a problem though. And if that can get cleaned up, they'll be okay.
Right.
Tony, can I ask a question? Not a statement, just a question. Okay, thank you. I'll take that as a yes. Fireman Rich, I didn't get to hear because I was busy. I had a few people. I'm really excited to know about next year who you think is going to be the most dynamic New York team.
I think the Bills will continue. The Jets have the possibility of. There's always a possibility next season, but I think the Bills, with this up and down season, I would say continuing with the Bills and stuff like that. The Giants, they got to dig out of a hole and stuff. They got a lot to go. The Jets are more promising than the Giants right now, so it's it'll be the Bills, Jets, and then the Giants in that order from a New York fan.
I want to thank Fireman Rich for everything he does. He's one of those guys like the glue at the back of the scene here. Nobody knows. We know. We cry most nights. Tony is the barrel with the boat. We won't go there. Okay, so let's imagine Joe. Hi, how you doing? Joe Flacco wins the Super Bowl. Let's say he wins it. No, just let me finish. He wins the Super Bowl. Will we then get rid of Aaron Rodgers and sign Joe Flacco to where he should have been when they could have got him for $1.44 and a couple of bags of chips?
How about our New York Jets senior advisor answer?
He won the Super Bowl. The Browns won't let him go.
No, it doesn't matter what. It matters what Aaron wants. Don't you realize that?
Watch what
Aaron gets what Aaron wants.
Yeah,
but Mike, to answer that, I think if you look at what Tim said about gelling, I think Flacco, he is probably gelling a lot better with the Cleveland team than he did with the Jets because
we got to figure that out.
It's a major factor. I'm not sure what it is, and it probably comes down to he gets along with the team a lot better and stuff.
You know why it works? Veteran players. I didn't think about that. That team is full of veteran players. Full. The Browns are full of veteran players.
Yeah.
That won a championship. They look like how the original Carolina Panthers did. All of them were a bunch of veterans, and they went to the playoffs. Now back when Kevin Green and all them were there, remember that when they first started?
Yeah.
They're full of veteran players. So Cleveland and the sports supporters are talking about that. This may be one of the most dangerous teams out right now. They just might be. We had our eyes everywhere else, and the NFL snuck something in there like that with Joe Flacco. And Joe Flacco looking like he's been resurged. This is
Yep.
actually good for Cleveland. And Cleveland is one of those hungry teams that hasn't been in the playoffs, the finals, the championships in decades. This is a
Yeah.
great story. This is a moneymaker.
You know what I love, Tony? Is that you said the Browns were going to win this year.
When did I
You
say that?
said that they were going to take the world on fire.
I did.
And there was this one, yeah, this wonderful
Yeah,
quarterback.
I think in
This
the
wonder-
beginning you
you
mentioned.
did. You said this wonderful quarterback was going to take them all the way. You just had the wrong name. You had the wrong name, and then there was some guy named Chubb or something that who's no longer there either. And what's really important is to pay a quarterback way more money than he's worth and have him sit. I think that's important for the Browns. What do you guys think?
I think Deshaun Watson, I'm not entirely sure what happened, but this was supposed to be his season. This really was.
It was, according to you.
The Browns. Yeah, this was supposed to be his
Deshaun
season.
Watson's done.
What? Brian, he said something. Go ahead, Brian.
Deshaun Watson's done.
Why would you say that?
I mean, because with all the off the field shenanigans and everything, and then plus, like, even when he was really healthy, he still played like dog shit. Glick could testify to that. I mean,
In Cleveland.
in Cleveland,
Okay.
in Cleveland. So Deshaun Watson, he'd be lucky if he made third string quarterback. If he,
Wow.
I mean, he might be the Blaine Gabbert of the league.
Okay, Brian.
But-
While we got you here, are you excited about next year?
I am very excited.
When
next year,
Tank Dell comes back, and Nico Collins, and a guy named C.J. Stroud, who was considered to be a bum and not intelligent enough to be in the league.
You know what I just figured out?
What?
You know what I just figured out, Mike?
What?
You're pulling the JoJo on us with football. Good
No
job.
way. No, come on, man.
Good job.
We're good. We're good. Hey, come on. You're painting me ugly again. Tim,
Good job. Good job.
Tim calls me the disruptor. You're like a whole other.
You are a straight Romulan disruptor right now.
Wow. Whoa.
Oh yeah. So Brian, are you excited though? Tell me the truth.
I am very excited. I'm very confident. It's like what I've been saying all year. I'm confident in the team. I'm confident. I said, even though, yes, without the key players such as Tank Dells, but I kept saying, we'll be fine. We're okay.
He did say that from the beginning of the season. I have to give you that, Brian.
Mm-hmm.
You were very confident on the Texans from day one. You were.
Yeah, because
correct.
Yeah, because the energy that D'Amico Ryans put in. I
Mm.
mean, all the guys. I mean, think about it. I mean, it's full circle. From Alabama, became a Houston Texan, played with the Texans, then ended up going to Philly, played with them for a little bit, played with another team. Then after that, he like quietly retired. Then became a linebackers coach for the 49ers.
Mhm.
Then later became defensive coordinator. And that same year, he's been to the Super Bowl with the 49ers. And so now and now he's head coach full circle back to the team that gave him the opportunity.
Yeah.
You can't beat the story like that.
But
It's
you
a
know
great
what I'm
story.
excited about? This is what I'm excited about. First year as a coach,
Mhm.
right? Starting quarterback,
Rookie.
Tank Dell, coolest name ever, got injured right away, and zero respect from Tony D. Zero respect when we used to talk about it.
I
We
didn't.
used to talk about this team called
Okay.
the Titans. Who are the Titans?
We remember
And then on
the
top,
Titans.
and then on top of that, so you got a rookie head coach, you have good rookie and outstanding players on the offense, but then also too, let's talk about the Texas defense, led by Will Anderson
Go
Jr.
for it. Yes.
So the defense, you stopped on the run. Now, like I said, I was really mind blown because like how back-to-back games with Tennessee, they shut Derrick Henry down. When in the last few years, Derrick Henry would have a field day against the Texans
Okay.
on the run,
I got you.
but they shut him down. Jonathan Taylor last night, hey, props to him and props to the Colts offensive line. Jonathan Taylor almost got 200 yards. That's the most anybody's gotten on the Texans this year.
Wow.
I hope so.
So, but other than that, I'm very confident. Last night was really good. I drank a lot. So even though I got invited to come up to Glick, I talked to him last night, like in that teeter line of buzzing and drunkenness.
You were drunk.
But I'm like, hey,
Trying to get you to come up.
Yeah, and I said I'm celebrating. So so yeah, I spoke with Glick and everything, so he's cool with it. But yeah, but overall, I'm very optimistic. And now looking at the how the playoff schedule is, we're playing Cleveland yet again, so there'll be a lot of shit talking between Glick and I, as we were when we were going against head to head in fantasy, and as we were when, yes, I give props to Cleveland, they really did beat us down. So I heard nothing but Glick all that weekend, going, going, going. So now we're going again. Now we're going head to head again. I'm going to be talking. I'm going to be spouting. So, but then, oh damn, he's got Michigan too. Jesus Christ.
You think they'll get Dallas Turner in the draft?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. Everybody's talking about like Marvin Harrison Jr. too.
Mm.
So, but
Can,
yeah.
can,
But
can I
other than
ask can I ask Tim a question now? Is that okay? Is that okay? I only have so much time, so I'm curious. I wasn't around, and then I want to ask the real Ted Hicks a question before we go, and it's very emotional. Okay, so Tim, here we
Yeah.
go. You ready?
I'm ready.
Purple Rain. No, that's a different. Sorry, that's a different show. Sorry, sorry. I got lost there. So was it Purple Rose the other one?
Purple Rose.
Oh my
Purple
God. Okay.
Yep.
Inside joke here, guys. Sorry. So, if you had to say one player this year who was the greatest disappointment out of the whole league, you can name up to three, but number one, who is the biggest disappointment this year?
From what perspective? Because
Whatever perspective you want.
biggest disappointment in the league this year, I would say for the Panthers fans is probably Bryce Young, because I'm sure they
Agreed.
had high expectations of him. Then I would say who let me think who else would I say would be big disappointments? Aaron Rodgers, not his fault. He got injured.
I'm trying to count players who
What's
didn't get injured. I'm trying to count players who didn't get injured. My disappointments.
Mm,
I'm taking the injury aspect out of it. I think about it because Rodgers and Deshaun Watson come ahead first. But I like what you said about Bryce Young. Season just was not even necessarily his fault, in my opinion. But go ahead, please.
right. So I guess if I take the injury out, yeah, Bryce Young, and then who else would it be?
Feeling.
Devontae Adams overall, because I think there were higher expectations of him. As great of a player as he is, I don't think he. Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. Wait, let me go back.
I want to say
Because I know there was
Dalvin Cook didn't get the ball
Dalvin
enough. Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams. He
He had like three quarterbacks, Tim. Come on.
I know, but that's what I'm saying.
there was-
And it isn't his fault though. And that's why I say that.
Yeah.
And see, this
That's
is
how
why
DeAndre Hopkins
one of the
felt.
reasons I hate fantasy football is because it just
Mhm.
completely changes the dynamics of watching football. Everything is like, I need my points. I don't care if you win or not. I just need my points.
You need your points.
That's
yeah.
why I said Devontae.
The battle cry for fantasy football.
But Devontae, he's a top 3 receiver. So at the end of the day, but so let me take fantasy out of it. Okay, so not Devontae Adams, but Dalvin Cook, I would say, because even though I think he's one that disappointed people, being what he did at Minnesota, people expected something similar from him. But
That's a damn good, Brian. Appreciate you.
yeah. And
All right, guys, I gotta go. I gotta my job on the pit.
all right,
We
so
good.
Brian,
Appreciate
I'll
you.
show photos.
think of me this week. I want us to get together and do a show.
Gotcha.
Okay? And Tony can come too as long as he doesn't do this.
Oh, I'm going to do a lot.
All right. Adios, boys.
Peace.
Everybody out in the cheap seats.
Later.
Adios.
And then there were 5.
You said Dalvin Cook, and who else you said, Tim?
yeah, Dalvin, Bryce, and I need to think about that. As far as because when you say biggest disappointment, that's pretty strong.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Are you speaking
that's
this
a
player
strong-
or in general, period?
See,
Hmm?
when you go, oh, sorry.
Is he saying player, or is he just talking about big seasons right now?
I'm not
Player.
talking about his personal life. I'm talking about in NFL. And again, you hijacked that. Oh wait, this is your broadcast. That's me hijacking.
Thank you.
Sorry. So
Dalvin, he sort of throw the New England Patriots as a franchise, as a disappointment.
you guys forgot the best person to be disappointed in.
Who?
Well, Rashid Shaheed for me then is the other one.
No.
You got Mike.
No, actually, Alvin Kamara was a
How
disappointment.
about this? Overpaid quarterbacks. Do you know one?
Yeah. We
Do
know
you
a
know
whole
a
bunch
few
of
overpaid quarterbacks? Couldn't we
Underpaid running backs.
You
Underpaid.
imagine getting 30 million, okay?
Mhm.
You'd be better to get 3 guys that are half decent, pay them 10 each.
Mhm.
Then you got a greater chance of finding a Joe Flacco. That's all you need is a Joe Flacco.
Aaron Rodgers got
And then
hurt.
you have lived, right? Right? But you pay these guys like Aaron Rodgers, right? And another guy that's on the is it the Browns? And somebody was talking about him like he was the next Messiah. I think his name was Tony D. And
Take it.
he,
Right.
but
You know
you know
what?
what? You were right. You were intuitive. You were on the right plane. Like you were basically in the Palladian star system. You are an empath. I don't doubt that at all. No,
Honestly,
I think you,
Bryce, he had Dalvin, and like I said, I don't want to use. I want to say disappointment just by playing like he was supposed to. There weren't any issues or concerns. Bryce Young was. I don't know what's going on with the team.
Tennessee just scored.
Tennessee just scored. But New England Patriots, I thought they were going to be better than what they're doing. I have to admit that. The New England Patriots issues that I've noticed the scene, I thought they were going to be better than right now. Vikings do not look like they did last season.
No.
Last season, they were a threat. And I don't mean a threat, bully walking. They were supposed to be a problem.
Yeah.
The Cleveland Browns supposed to be there. Deshaun Watson wasn't what they're supposed to. They're a very big disappointment. But he also got hurt, so I'm not going to use it again. The Eagles might
did
all season, but they had injuries, correct?
no. Every time I brought it up, I felt like Slim Whitman. You know, every time I tried to bring something, I felt like Rodney Dangerfield. At the beginning of the year, I said, I have a strong feeling that quarterbacks will not be around. They're
I think
gone.
you did say that, yes.
All the key players, I did. And you guys went, Michael, step away from the pipe.
We did.
Step away from the pipe.
Well, it was at the beginning of the season too, Mike.
I know,
why
but that's
got-
intuition.
Yeah.
That's what I said. And then I said I have a really strong feeling about the Steelers, which made no sense to me.
No, it came to true. For me, it was mid-season. I remember you saying that. And it's like the beginning of season. I guess I just look at it. You can make all the predictions because nobody's, But that was a good call as far as the quarterback.
And then I also said that they were going to have horrendous year, the Chiefs, this year. Horrendous. That was my exact words. And I said, for some reason, Philly doesn't seem to be present. They're not there. They're giving, even when they were winning, I was going, they're giving us like 5. Am I making you sick here, Tim? I'm sorry.
No, I just saw one of my guys is not supposed to play today, but they had him showing us getting points. And I'm wondering why he has no carries so far. And the first quarter is almost over. So, okay. So my bad, Mike. I didn't mean
No, it's okay.
It's actual fantasy football play.
We're here for your pain. So explain your pain.
I mean, I'm just in the championship, and I have a guy that after the game starts, they say he's probably not going to play.
That's so not good.
Your pain.
We're here for your pain, brother.
Yep,
so I want to ask a serious question to Ted, and then I won't ask another question. I'll stay the hell out of it. I promise.
I'll PayPal.
Ted, this is an honest, and anybody can jump in, and this is a serious question. My prediction in the next 3 years is one of the biggest franchises going to be, you ready, out of Washington.
I can believe
Agreed.
I could be.
It is going to be a friggin' monster.
Agreed.
And they have all the heartstrings. They have all the connections. They know what they're doing. as much as my best friend up here, Fireman Rich wants New York to captivate the world, I hope that happens for you, buddy. But intuition,
Agreed.
Okay.
we are going to
I
see
I
more
think they're
done
going to
for the
be.
players. Hear me out.
Yeah.
More
Yeah.
done for the players with Washington than any other team has ever done.
I think they'll be relevant, but I don't think they're going to be a powerhouse. They're still a couple years away. I don't. I think
I predict within 3 years they'll be in the Super Bowl.
Give
Three
me the
years.
2. I'll give you the 3. I said that previously when they changed the name.
Ted,
They got
New ownership.
Magic
this
Johnson.
is for Ted. I just did.
I-
I did a warm up there.
Yeah, you did. You served it up.
There you go. Boom.
Yes, they're going to be on the come up. Yes, they have great new ownership. Yes, as we started to see, the fans have started to flood back in. 2 to 3 years in the Super Bowl, I don't know. We got to check this year's draft, and you can see, because think of it this way: everyone who's covering football operations is going to be out of there after today's game.
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
know.
and that's everyone. They're
Yeah.
existing president, the cat people, and unfortunately, potentially Eric Bieniemy, and Riverboat Ron. So I'm going to lean towards you, Mike, but I've got to hedge on the Super Bowl in 2 to 3 years. We gotta play wait and see.
Now I have one more thing for Tony, and then
Didn't
it's
I tell you
quick.
you
Do
gonna
you
ask
remember?
another question? I told you.
Do you
I told you
no,
that.
no. This is. I'm just backing up something I said earlier.
Mhm.
Okay. At the beginning of the year, repeatedly, I said I thought there would be a repeat of Chiefs and Philly. Is there any hope in hell? This is a room question of that happening. Go. And
Nope.
why?
Yes, there is still hope in hell.
Nah.
Philly's not eliminated yet. Yes.
I think
Baltimore
one of those two teams will make it to the Super Bowl, but not both against each other.
everything runs through Baltimore, so
True.
no way. If
You
you
know
look
what?
at Mahomes does great with the AFC Championship in his home, at his home field. We're asking him to do this with no receivers, Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift, and
Traveling
and on the road,
on the road.
Y'all killing me.
and no
We have a
Tyreek Hill.
soundbite. We have a soundbite there, brother. We have a soundbite. Soon to be on TikTok. We're gonna get 600 views on that for
We
sure.
Can I make one comment?
You can make 2.
No, just one, because I don't want to turn it back to either Tim or Rich to make their comments.
Yes.
These two work together. Y'all
The
know
Cleveland
that.
Browns. You guys were mentioning the Cleveland Browns and Deshaun Watson and everything. And remember like maybe 4 years ago, it was, I know in my fantasy, I had Patrick Mahomes. One year I had Patrick Mahomes and Deshaun Watson. And I was kind of flip-flopping them starting because they were,
Both
two
elite.
unbelievable quarterbacks.
Yes.
So you have Deshaun Watson, who pushes his way out of the Texans for whatever the reason was. It's been thoroughly documented, all the buffoonery that was done there with him and the team. You get to the Cleveland Browns. I don't know if we ever expect him to play, next season or not. But that's not even the point of the statement I was going to make. A lot has been said over the years about Jimmy and Dee Haslam, the owners of the Cleveland Browns, with the guaranteed contract, with probably pissing off the other owners with guaranteeing all of that money and everything else like that. The one thing that I will say is honorable mention to them, because Flacco, who has an incentive-based contract, the further he pushes them, it's $75,000 more per game. Flacco is sitting out today's game. and the Browns have made a honorable gesture and have granted him the $75,000 because they've asked him to sit out.
So who we
So
got here?
I don't know.
So who we got here, Ted?
We got to get her up.
Wow.
We got to get her up.
Oh!
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
We
We
got
got
to get her up.
He,
She is in the house.
Send her an invite.
Danique, how you doing?
Yes.
Hey, the one last thing I'm gonna say is
No,
the
you had
reason
one
we're
before.
seeing the resurgence in the Browns. You guys don't. You got to think about it. Why are we're seeing the resurgence in the Browns? There's one gentleman on the Browns front office team. His name is Paul DePodesta.
Okay, go ahead.
Paul DePodesta is a former MLB executive. He's the person, one of the people behind Moneyball. I'll leave it there. That's your fun.
Well, Browns resurgent. I think Tony said it before. Veterans. Their veterans are on that team.
The veterans on the team.
Veterans, yeah, that could make a difference. And plus, the front office person that you said, Ted, that could be the mix there for the Cleveland.
Well, the vets, you get them, you buy low, you buy these guys low,
Yeah.
you follow this Moneyball type scenario, and there you go.
Yeah.
I turn this over to Rich or Tim. I'm not sure what's going on with Mike.
What is it?
I saw his hand go up and then it just went black.
Yeah.
I mean, apparently I'm the one that's
Go ahead,
all righty. Let me.
Mike was he cutting grass?
I don't know what he's doing. He's done that before. I'm gonna save him the headache. I'm gonna save him the headache. The Browns, like I said before, players, they're going to be up there. As far as disappointments, I'm really going to stick with a lot of franchises because a lot of players hurt. And that aspect when he was talking about just fantasy wise, I get that and I fully understand that. I can't use injuries against them. That's just a game. Franchises weren't doing what we thought they were going to do. And I'm sure that's why I emphasize Minnesota and New England so much. The Chiefs are going to look like a disappointment to a lot of people, but we've seen this before. When the Lakers won the championship and then they dropped down first 8 seed to ever win a championship.
And they're having problems right now. They want to get rid of their coach, and the coach is the one that got them there last year. No,
you know, it's horrible. It's horrible.
The Eagles are not out. It's going to be a game deciding factor.
Yeah.
Going to look correct. So Washington.
I would have to say that the Eagles right now, they're just where they're sitting, and they could be at the season they had, and they have a possibility of not even making it after today. Because
did they start off like 6-0 or 4-0?
Yeah, they were just killing it. But
yeah.
It's just like Michael says about the Kansas City. I think that the biggest is just the Philadelphia Eagles. But tell you one thing, the Philly Eagles fans base, they're just like the freaking Jets and the Giants fans. Thick and thin, they're going to still stick with them.
Yep.
Michael's back.
I had someone come in the door and just brought a dog. Sorry about that. Now I have someone with a jackhammer above me.
Pause.
And the one person just said to me, "Listen, how do I get on Simply Tim TV?" And I said, "It's not easy. It's not easy." And he said, "Can I please be one of the people that does the challenge?" And I said, "If you stop hammering with your drill, I might have a chance."
Pause. I'm at 15 minutes. I'm going to just let y'all know, okay? I told Mike 40 minutes ago. Keep playing. Go ahead, Mike.
No, good questions though, Tony. This is
very
this
great
is good.
questions.
This is
the
last official.
Yeah. I get that Rich every week for the past 2 years. They wait till the end and they want to make it. So I'm going to have fun with this. Go ahead, Mike.
I'll say to Mike's previous question. Well, there's a lot of previous ones. The Washington question. So I think there's potential for them to do that. I was expecting them to do something, 3 or 4 years ago once they rolled in half of Alabama's defense and then started bringing in offensive players as well. And the mindset that they would probably have as a team, and there was talk of it impacting them once Jonathan Allen and those other guys joined. But now I think the nuclear or the radioactive fallout is probably starting to clear up now because it was radioactive around there for a while. And I think as that clears up and it's safe to breathe again in Washington, I think they have potential to do something once they get players together and get some solid footing. So I think they're headed in the right direction.
I liked your answer. Very nice.
Which
So, Tony, do you
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
wrap this up? Are we going to finish this?
you got 12 minutes. Do this playoff picture.
No, I had 5 minutes, 45 minutes ago. That's what you said.
Oh.
Final words, Mike.
Russian flush.
Wow.
Can we
Just
do
so you know, the
gratitude?
Jets, New York Jets just scored a field goal, 3-0 up there in Foxborough against the Patriots. It's snowing up there. They got the snow going still.
Hey, Rich, and the Jets officially put Zach Wilson on the IR. That's
Oh,
it.
did they? Oh,
He's
wow.
officially
Okay.
on the IR.
Wow.
So it's
Wow.
over.
Yeah.
It's
And
over.
they've already scored.
Yep. They
What
could have
did I
got a
miss?
touchdown, but
What did I miss? I'm sorry. What
uh,
did I miss?
Jets are up by three by field goal. 2 minutes left in the first quarter.
Okay, because I got
Do you
Atlanta.
think following the Jets when they're not in the playoffs anymore might be a form of a mental illness?
You got to have faith in the Jets. That's
You
part of
got
being
to
a
have
leader.
faith, the faith.
Talking bad about the Jets to get you removed. Now, how about that shit?
Oh.
That's funny.
They follow their team even when they're losing. I'm not going to do that. I got Carolina and Tampa, and I also got it down here, so I don't have those games. I'm actually trying to keep my eyes on that. So, he's hurt. That looks like Baker Mayfield. Yep, he's limping off the field.
Oh no.
I thought about changing the pick to
Well, he was bruised up before that, with his rib.
Oh, wow.
So
Yeah,
are the Dolphins going to do anything, guys, in the room?
No.
Buffalo's going to take this game.
I could see the Bills scorching them today.
Do you want to make a change there
No, the
on
game
your
starts.
pick, Mike?
No, I'm going to
Yeah.
stay with my pick.
Oh, you picked Buffalo. I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
Brian's the only one that picked and Ted, you picked Buffalo too, I believe, right? Yep.
Yeah, I have the same New York, problem, mental illness, as I said earlier.
You
It's in a different New York. Tim, will the Dolphins do anything?
Today or just in general going forward?
I don't mean within this lifetime. I mean in the next few weeks. Thank you.
The Dolphins will. They won't go to the Super Bowl. I'll say that. A lot can happen between now and then, but I don't think they'll make it to the Super Bowl.
So,
watching
do you
that Sunday
think
City movie.
Flacco?
Mm-hmm.
Does anybody in the room think that the Browns have a chance with Flacco?
Yes.
Possibly.
Yes. Yeah.
I do. I think they do.
And you have that. You have that right now, Mike. So you have that save. I have a chance with Flacco right now. They look like they are feeling good. They look like they're comfortable. I said 2 years ago when Tampa Bay went to the Super Bowl, the Titans will look comfortable. The Browns may really have what they need as a missing link to get their ass. All jokes aside, they really do. They got something here, and this is a great attention grabber. It's going to be good for the league. God knows it's excellent for the fan base. If this
So
works out,
how we did. do you know how we did the worst disappointment?
Yes.
What was the most pleasant surprise this year for everybody? Most pleasant surprise in the NFL.
Texas fans with C.J. Stroud, Tank Dell, and Nico Collins are doing.
Yep.
Most pleasant for the whole season because everything's been so sporadic. Nothing has the whole season going on with the Texans. Nothing.
I think the individual we just talked about, for me, it'd be Joe Flacco. That's a story right there.
Yeah, but it's a very short story. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
It's a very short game. Because, mind you, Jake Browning did the same thing with the Bengals. Is it going to last?
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Right now, Flacco's looking good at the end of the season. That's a good question. I don't know.
Ted, is it for you the Swifties bumping up the viewage for the NFL and us now having a whole new spectrum of females who don't know what they're watching, now watching the NFL and helping the advertisers?
Well, it's a merger that the NFL has been dying for. They're literally dying. I mean, we're the age of Major League Baseball, NFL. We're getting older, So this number right here makes it a great thing.
Good point.
I think without a doubt, not so bold prediction, Swifty is going to host the next Super Bowl halftime show.
Yeah.
Oh, I
without
like
a
that.
doubt. Not so bold.
Yes. And
No,
how
I think
long
that-
will it be, Tim, before they're married, do you think?
They won't get married. He's material for the next album.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that.
I'm joking.
Please, all Swifties, do not
I
kill
don't think
Tim.
they'll get married.
Do not surround his house, and do not threaten his life. Thank you.
What I said
No, but
earlier.
I don't think they'll get married. I think there's too much going on for both of them to make that type of commitment and really build an enduring relationship to get them through all the things you deal with as a celebrity. So I don't think they'll get married. And if they do, I don't believe it would last very long.
I got to go in the opposite direction. They get married. He retires immediately. They get married. He retires immediately because he's been a crash test dummy out there for how many seasons?
Yeah.
He wants to be an actor, though.
He does want to be an actor. You're so right.
You got his belt. I want to take back what I said earlier about one of the biggest surprises. I want to see the Detroit Lions making it. They've been consistent this season. They've had a
great answer.
That's a good one.
Great answer.
That is a good one, Tony. That is a good one. Yeah.
You remember last year, Dan Campbell would go up post game, and the announcers and people on First Take would be ridiculing him and laughing at him and like, who is this guy? And he's like, we're going to do this and we're going to do that. And each week they started building momentum towards the end of the season.
If they make it through the postseason to the Super Bowl, Ted, we're going to have to watch that.
Of course.
That team is low. Have to watch that.
Of course.
Fireman Rich is not said anything about this.
No, I'm agreeing. I'm agreeing with you. I'm just not.
I need your opinion, especially with this New York thing. And if it can be a New York slanted, pleasant surprise, I'll be surprised.
The probably the best thing I would say to me, Joe Flacco. It's just interesting that how, and you brought up the quarterback situation and stuff. So, the top notch quarterbacks are getting millions of dollars, and the ones that are getting it done. I don't know. Maybe the Dallas Cowboys resurgence. Okay, for the Cowboy. I'm not a particular Cowboy fan. They're in it, and they're not crashing and burning like they have in years past.
That's true. Right.
Stuff. They have a legitimate shot at it as far as being, quote, America's team, as they're known as. But there's
put the quotes up.
What's that?
I say you put the quotes.
Yeah. Well, they are. They've always been growing up, man. Even as a kid, they were known as America's team, and they have that brand. So I recognize that with the Dallas because they are a team that's have a lot of history and stuff like that. So, but the teams that are coming up, it's not. I think for me the takeaway is just a love for the game. And we have so much to talk about. In years past, it's almost been an automatic. It's going to be these two teams, and it's still a mix. It's and just like what we're talking about the national championship. You look at the Final Four of those. It's such a good 4 teams. So maybe this process is coming out, and we have little bumps in the roads with the refs and all that stuff like that. But it just for me, I guess the positive thing is just a great season. A great season. What do we got, Tony?
Carolina just moved.
And for me,
right before the Tampa Bay tried to recover, then he got tackled in the end zone. I got to see that replay again. Y'all might DJ Clark, Carolina.
For me, Dallas isn't a surprise to me because for the last several years they've been getting there. They've had they've been winning 12, 13 games a year for the last several years.
True.
It's
Very
just
true.
not being able to get past that first round of the playoffs. And I agree that Detroit is the big surprise for me. And not that they made it to the playoffs, because you could win 9 games and make it to the playoffs in a lot of instances. But the record that they have on their way to the playoffs is what really was the big surprise for me in Detroit. It's the record that they have at this point.
Yes.
And the way they've done it.
Recovery success story for them. Gentlemen, we're wrapping this up.
I just have one statement.
No.
No, I have to answer the question. You don't even give me the opportunity to answer the question.
I have. You had an
Come
hour.
on, Joe.
It'll be quick. 30 seconds. I need 30 seconds.
It's been an hour.
No, I mean for this question. 30 seconds. I promise. 30 seconds.
Tone, come on.
30 seconds. All right. Lamar Jackson. Greatest surprise this year, you didn't get injured, and Tua. Both didn't get injured this year. That's all I want to say. And us having this kind of quality and how it's been elevated by the people that are in the room, the new people, I am so feeling blessed to have this opportunity to be with you. Thank you.
Good, Michael. You're good.
I want to thank Tim, Simply Tim TV on Twitter. Y'all check him out on Saturdays. Tim, I do track you. I did swing through. I was at work. I caught you up there. Big ups to you and Donika are doing over there. Shout out. Maybe you can do one of these one day. We'll jump on your broadcast, keep it a little bit more correlated, try to carry it. Down there. Y'all know him. He is the one that got me started with all this craziness. Almost 2 years ago. Y'all don't even realize that. I met everybody. Most of these cats up here, I met through him. Ted asked me to be one of his original co-hosts on LateNightParents.com. LateNightParents.com. Been running with these guys forever. And the only leeway I've given these tonight, because I've done this on their broadcast. Y'all ain't getting this shit. They give me all this leeway on their broadcast. Producer Jason's in the house. Rich, the peoples are popping up. Appreciate y'all sharing the channels.
Hey, Jace, how you doing? Good guy there.
Everybody, when you broadcast, let everybody know that you're a real person. You're not a troll, and you're not somebody over there being staggered.
Jace producer, good guy there. Good guy.
I want to thank all y'all for coming through. Go watch the games because they're starting. These dudes in 5 minutes through the first game all daggone ready. Check your score. Check your numbers. Check is still going. If your league is already over, our league champion, Golf Hawk, 2-time defending champion in my league. Appreciate him. Appreciate him coming through. Appreciate Helen coming through. Donika, thank you for coming through. Producing. Thank you for coming through. Rick, I appreciate you coming. Bathurst not only came through, he showed up. Big up to True Armor. Let's see who else we got here. Yeah, everybody. Smoke was in the house. No, he's going on. He might be on tonight. Y'all check out
Sunday Night Smoke.
Yeah, check him out on YouTube. He might be on tonight. We don't know what's going to happen. Parker Bledsoe with the question coming through. I appreciate him popping in here. That's the season. We've had new people coming in, checking us out. Question, picking our brains a little bit. I don't mind that one bit. Rehab was in the house. Who else we got in here? I'm going to go watch a game. I'm going to go get something to eat. I got some things I got.
Thank you for all the support on TikTok, everybody. We've been getting lots of support through the clips.
Producer
Thank
Jason,
you.
yeah, Mike's having a ball with those clips. I noticed that too. That's fun. Y'all take care. Do something this afternoon and now check out Sunday Night Smoke podcast tonight. Should 37 if you will pop up. Next week is a 3-day weekend. We should be able to do something.
It is?
Is that one more day than 2? Thank you.
We're gonna see how it goes. I still gotta
Wild
do a
card weekend.
wild card weekend. There you
Best
go.
weekend.
We'll
The
talk
best
about.
weekend.
Maybe we'll do something. I know I got a meeting tomorrow afternoon afterwards, so I won't be able to do nothing tomorrow. Maybe we'll do something Tuesday. We'll be
Hey,
around. That's out. Appreciate all you.
Just I'll say it to Rich after we shut down. I
Go
wanted to
ahead.
say something to Rich.
Good.
Rich, exclusive Peacock game playoff game next Saturday night.
Oh
It's
my
on
God!
Peacock only.
Which they know which teams are playing?
No, they're gonna announce it today, but it's
yeah.
exclusively
Oh,
through a
it better-
streaming service.
oh my God!
Your
How you like
favorite.
that?
Your favorite.
You know where to hit me where I'm. I can't stand that.
His favorite.
It continues.
Everybody take care of yourselves. See y'all.